Hey, what is going on, guys? Good morning, good morning. I hope we are all doing very well. Thank you for everyone that joined the live stream yesterday. It was lit. I really enjoyed it. But today is another day, and we have a few more things coming out. Just wanted to keep you guys ahead of the game, and just let you know what we are probably going to be talking about in today's live stream. And surprisingly, there's been even more news come out, and the market has just decided to drop as well. Bitcoin as well. Again, you guys know my stance on it. Long term, I'm still very bullish. I do think we are just recovering. We just got to get through a few things before we do recover. I think we may be seeing what we call a max pain event, which is basically where people thought it was over, but it's just kind of going to go down a little bit more, just so people, get the maximum pain out of it. People will start selling again. Which I feel like we are just seeing something like that. But it's pretty frustrating because some of the news that did come out over last night after the live stream was actually really good news. And for it to just, start going down again, like I said, it's very frustrating. Whenever we get bad news, it goes down. It looks like whenever we get good news, it goes down as well. But I suppose it just goes to show that news doesn't really always have to control the market. It will just do what it wants. You just got to let this market do what it has to do before we start, being happy again. But you see what I mean. So obviously yesterday, we spoke about this. El Salvador's president wants Bitcoin as a legal tender. And one thing that we were discussing was that we think that it should become like a domino effect for other countries to start wanting or doing the same. And I suppose it was just a matter of time before we did start seeing that. And it didn't take long. 2 days after El Salvador did announce that they want Bitcoin as a legal tender, we get this. Let me get it up for you guys right here. Paraguay to embrace Bitcoin. Paraguayan congressman calls for adoption. So, let's just quickly read into that. But there you go. I suppose it's already starting. Let's just have a quick read into this. After El Salvador announced it would make Bitcoin legal tender, a politician from Paraguay thinks they're ready for it too. At the Bitcoin 2021 conference, as we know, which was in Miami on Saturday, Jack Mallers of Strike announced that El Salvador is planning to introduce new legislation that would make Bitcoin legal tender in the country. A new congressman and the national deputy of Paraguay, Carlitos Rejala, has called for Paraguay to make similar action on Twitter. The congressman also posted a photo of himself with laser eyes. Okay. So there you go, guys. Looks like Paraguay are pretty bullish on it too. They want it to happen. Whether or not it will, we'll have to wait and see. But it is a good thing that it is building momentum. But yeah, let me know what you guys do think in the comments below. But he carries on to say, as I was saying a long time ago, our country needs to advance hand in hand with the new generation. The moment has come, our moment. This week, we start with an important project to innovate Paraguay in front of the world, the real one to the moon. Okay, so that was what he said in his tweet right here. Man, there you go. You've even got these politicians talking about going to the moon. And one thing that we were also discussing yesterday was someone asked a good question about, do I think that cryptocurrency will start taking over the traditional currencies in the future? And my answer, in short, was yes, it will. But how long it would take, we don't know. It's still a question that needs to be answered. But I suppose we just have to wait and see. But then what came out shortly after that? We started getting a little bit more news, guys. So literally, we got that news come out about Paraguay, and then we got this. Panama to join El Salvador and Paraguay in Bitcoin adoption. The trend of Bitcoin adoption in Latin America has spread to El Salvador, Paraguay, and now Panama. So I don't really know what the whole thing about South America is going on here, or Central America. It seems just to be the countries there, but they seem to be following each other. And I think it's a good thing. Adoption is coming, and it's coming quick. Like I said, it is literally happening like a domino effect. And don't be surprised if we see like 5 or 6 more countries by the end of this week saying that they want to be doing something similar. It's just about waiting and seeing what is going to happen. But let's have a quick little read into this one just to see if there's any more different information. But it is pretty much the same stuff. But So this time it's a Panamanian congressman, Gabriel Silva, had comments on El Salvador's move to adopt Bitcoin as a currency today on Twitter and called for Panama to do the same. Silva said that Panama cannot be left behind and that the country must support cryptocurrency to be a hub of technology and entrepreneurship. This is important, and Panama cannot be left behind. If we want to be a true technology and entrepreneurship hub, we have to support cryptocurrencies. We will be preparing a proposal to present to the Assembly. If you're interested in building it, you can contact me. Goes on to say that Silva's comments were in direct response to a tweet from El Salvador's president, who is now pushing a bill through the country's Congress to make Bitcoin legal tender. So as we can see, the main word here, right, that we are seeing is this right here, to not be left behind, right there. And what do you think is going to happen to all of these other countries surrounding Panama, Paraguay, where I'm even hearing this morning, there isn't an official news article out on it just yet, but Brazil, and we all know how big Brazil is, right? So if Brazil then starts having talks about Bitcoin becoming a legal tender, then God, all of these South American countries, who's going to actually want to be left behind? It does seem like they're getting news from a country that, okay, we know we need to do that too. Okay, they've done it. No, we need to do that too. And I just think it's going to have a domino effect, and maybe soon all of South America will just have it, and then you never know, it might move over to Europe, Africa. Obviously, you've got USA as well, so anything can happen here. This is big, though. This is very big news. But what doesn't show that it was big news, and what was very, very frustrating, was what we saw over last night, and it was this, with Bitcoin falling. And the market is red today. Now, look, don't get me wrong. Of course, we are going to be expecting dips. Okay. However, what frustrates me, like I said, is this is good news. This is really bullish news, and it's bullish news for Bitcoin in particular, which should elevate the whole market. We had a little bit of a dip last night. I do believe it's a max pain event. Of course, what we were looking for yesterday was a breakout of a falling wedge, and it seems like we didn't get it. We actually broke down of it. So just for the people that didn't know what we were looking for, again, we were looking for something like this, and we thought it was getting a little bit tighter and tighter in there, and we were expecting a possible breakout, but there you go, we actually broke below it. And yeah, this can happen sometimes, called a pennant. Okay, so of course you can get it go the other way, but you also can get it go this way. With the way the news was going and the media and everything, it did seem like it was going to break out. However, that is how the news does manipulate you, and it even can trick people like myself as well sometimes, because whenever news is looking too good and people do start buying, what would the market do? It will turn on itself and it will trick people, and then they'll think, why did I just buy? Okay. This is why I don't try to, look at the news too much and take narrative of it and buy because of what the news is saying. Obviously, for me, I've got everything I have. I am just a holder of my coins. But yeah, you've obviously got the chart where we were looking at. It was going to be breaking out around this area here and going up. All the good news did come around here, thinking that we would bounce on top of this and head forward because of all the good news. So people decided to buy. And then what did the market do? It decided to do that. Now, what can this mean? It could just mean that the big institutional companies are just trying to get the most out of it. I do believe this is a max pain event where people thought that this was the end of it, and we were just going to start going up. It's obviously just turned on itself, the media has obviously manipulated everyone. Everyone's bought in this area here. Now they're down here. Now they're panicking. They don't know what to do. I do still think we'll recover. This doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean anything in particular at all to me. But like I said, it's just about being patient, waiting, recovering. This could play out for weeks, but the thing is, I'm prepared for it. I know it. Nothing happens overnight. Things like this, dips, corrections. We've had a big correction recently. They can take weeks, sometimes even months to recover. And we've got to go through certain stages like this, such as a max pain event, to get through it. So like I said, no, not financial advice or anything. This is just my opinion, guys. But look, we will be covering it all in the live stream at 6:30 today. Please be sure to join it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and got a little bit of an insight to what we're going to be speaking about. And you never know, maybe by 6:30 another country may have joined the whole Bitcoin legal tender vibe. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you could please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know every time we are uploading a video, and I will see you at 6:30 tonight, guys. Take care.